The Matrix. The Matrix from 1999. What is the Matrix? In the movie, actually the name The Matrix means the overall mass, the overall surrounding mass of something. So that's what they're questioning in this movie. What is the surrounding mass that's surrounding us? What is it all, actually? And, well, the main character is played by Keanu Reeves, and it's called Neo, also an anagram for the One. He discovers that he discovers what this matrix is, and that he discovers that he's actually living in a computer-generated simulation, because the real world is run by machines who uses mankind as batteries to power their computer city, and they have created this simulation for people to dream in, because they need live subjects as batteries to run their city. And this is based on philosophy. In philosophy we have Plato, and Plato, he had the idea of a cave, a metaphor for a cave where people who lived down there saw shadows on the wall made by somebody else, and they thought these shadows were real. But at some point one of them was freed, one of these prisoners down in the cave was freed and came up to the real world and saw how the real world was. And then the prisoner tries to go down to the cave again to free the others who are enslaved down in the cave. And this is actually what the Matrix is about. It's about Neo. When he gets freed, he tries to come back to this Matrix to free others who are enslaved by a fake world, that the world is actually not what we think of it. There's something deep difference about it than what we think. And this is a very philosophical theme they use in the Matrix, and it also comes across later on in philosophy than Plato with Descartes. And Descartes, he was wondering, how do I know if I'm dreaming or I'm not being kind of seduced by a vicious demon or being of some kind who wants to who tells me that I'm actually alive when I'm just dreaming, that all this is fake, and when I finally wake up, what would the world be like then? It's also in later on called a brain in a wad, where you have a wad and you put a brain in it, and you can stick electrons in it and simulate that it has a body and that it moves around and so forth by stimulating its neurons, for instance. And the point is, by this brain in the wad metaphor, is how do you know that you're not a brain in the wad? How do you know you're not living in the Matrix? You cannot prove that. You cannot philosophically prove that. It's kind of like the thing with God. How do you prove that God exists? Or how do you prove that God does not exist? It's the same thing. How do you prove that you're actually not living in the Matrix? That's an interesting philosophical point. So check The Matrix out, which stars Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne and Carrie Ann Moss. It's directed by the Wachowski brothers. But you should also see the sequels for The Matrix, because they're actually pretty interesting as well. It's The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolution. You should see them as well. One more thing. I have a t-shirt here from The Matrix. Look. It's from the third movie, Matrix Revolution. Just to read something off. It's a conversation, or actually it's a monologue from the character Smith, who is the evil guy in this Matrix universe, and he makes a speech for Neo, who's our hero, and you should listen to this, because this is very philosophical, and that's from Matrix Revolution. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why do you do it? Why get up? Why keep fighting? Do you believe you're fighting for something, for more than your survival? Can you tell me what it is? Do you even know? Is it freedom or truth? Perhaps peace? Yes? No? Could it be for love? Illusions, Mr. Anderson, vagaries of perception, the temporary constructs of a feeble human intellect trying desperately to justify an existence that is without meaning or purpose, and all of them as artificial as the Matrix itself, although only a human mind could invent something as insipid as love. You must be able to see it, Mr. Anderson. You must know it by now. You can't win. It's pointless to keep on fighting. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why do you persist? What Smith is talking about here, why do you believe you're fighting for truth, love, ideals, morals? It has never been proven that these actually exist. Smith, the evil guy, says to Neo, life is without purpose or meaning and is artificial and fake. How can you justify believing in anything? To this, Neo, he answers, because I choose to. And that is existentialism. You must choose, Kierkegaard says. You must choose. And Kierkegaard, he chose to believe that his action had some sort of merit. He believed that life had purpose. So check the Matrix movies, all three, the Matrix trilogy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel and share this video. Bye.